I hope every subscriber to the Nut and Fancy Project watches this video, watches my whole series on bug out kits, BOKs. I'm here to help you. Not make money off you, but help you. So you're prepared if you have to, heaven forbid, bug out. But what do I always say when it comes to bugging out? You say don't bug out unless you have to, Nut and Fancy. Thank you, sir. I love that guy. He always has the right answer. That's right. Don't bug out unless you don't have any other options. But it could happen. Just ask the people in California with all the wildfires. Thousands of homes destroyed. Thousands of people displaced. Lots of deaths. That's just with a wildfire. Imagine a huge earthquake in California and any of the western states. Your home could be destroyed, and it is all you can do to get out in time, to go out, bug out, and to survive. That's the purpose of bugging out, to survive, right? Time frame I give it is a week to 10 days. My BOK system that I've taught you, that I'm going to expand on here with some radios, is designed for that. If you're lucky, you can find more food, 30 days. It's really dependent on water and food. You'll have everything else, shelter, tools, maybe batteries, clothing, but food, water, those will be limited because of SAWC for your kit. If you were to ask anybody who's actually bugged out and lived for an extended period of time without electricity, maybe it's a foreign country, maybe it's here in the United States with extended natural disasters or whatnot, information is critical. Talk to those people. You can ask around. You'll find people who have gone through things like that, and they will tell you that one of the most important things for their morale, for them to have hope, is communication with the outside world. And that's what this video is all about. Some comm radios. Receivers. I'm not talking about two-way radios. I wouldn't waste my time in a BOK. Tiny bit of philosophy. The batteries are going to be worn out, guys. Guys have asked me, hey, two-way radios for bug out kits. Okay, they eat batteries. I mean, they need high power to transmit. I don't care if they're FRS radios, two-way radios, of whatever sort. You're just going to go through a ton of batteries. And if you're talking about a man-portable system, in your bug out kit container, you're not going to have that many batteries, and you need to allocate them for more important resources, like these type of radios, which are receiver type radios. So you can get one of your most important commodities, and that is information. Information is huge, huge. We take it for granted now because we have the internet, that society's functioning. We have not experienced yet an economic collapse. So we can tune into any number of radio stations. We can click around on the internet. We've got high-speed cable, high-speed internet. We take it for granted. When the system comes crashing down, a lot of people are going to be freaking out. They cannot connect with their cell phone. They can't connect with their computer. They won't know where to turn. You will, because you watch this video and you're going to have something in your BOK to get information. That very, very important, hope-inspiring commodity, information. And I'm going to give you at least 3 options of radios I want you to integrate into your BOKs. Most of them are very affordable. They're very lightweight. I've done a lot of research on them. 2 of them are extremely simple. And the one you're looking at right now is not one of them. Now, believe it or not, I at one time in my life was a shortwave receiver guy. I wasn't a ham operator, but as an Air Force pilot traveling around the world, one of the things I did is bring this with me. I bought this in the 90s. It's a Grundig Yacht Boy 400. I still have it. It is a fantastic receiver for its size. The only downside is it takes 6 AA batteries. It does have an AC adapter that you can run on it. So if you have power, you can do it. But I would take this all over the world with me as I deployed. I would go to the Mideast. I'd go to Europe. I'd go all through the United States, Hawaii, and the Orient, Japan, Okinawa. And if I had some downtime, and remember, this is in the 90s before the internet kicked off, so I didn't really have internet access. One of the things I would do is explore on shortwave. And that is a fun hobby. I haven't done it for so long because I'm too busy with TMP, bro. I don't have time. It's basically a hobby in itself. But I still have my old shortwave listening guide from Grundig. I think it came with this. When did I buy this? Like 1995 or something? Like a long time ago. And it still works great. So this is what I would take with me. I don't even know if they make this shortwave listening guide anymore, if it's outdated. But I would start studying and learning. You can see some of my highlighting here about all the different bands, 13 through the 120 millimeter meter band. Some of my notes through the years. And then I would string out an antenna. So I have an external antenna plugged in this Yacht Boy 400. I'll talk about why that's necessary for a shortwave band. If you guys don't know about shortwave and it blows your mind, I'm going to try to keep it super simple. So don't worry if you don't know the technical details. You don't have to. I will tell you the basics, and if you're in a bug out kit situation, bro, you're going to have a lot of time to study your manuals. Trust me. You're going to dig into your manuals. You're going to become expert with whatever radio you chose, because once you get food and shelter and water squared away, you're not going to have much else to do. Your radio will be your lifeline for information and entertainment. I speak from experience, and this is in Rule of Law. This is really a cool guide because it'd show you in Greenwich Mean Time different countries, what frequencies they would broadcast on. And as you may or may not know, shortwave will go for hundreds, thousands of miles, depending on the propagation effects of the atmosphere, depending on your antenna reception, depending on the quality of your receiver. But you can pull in shortwave stations with some work and some practice a long ways away. So here's VOA, Voice of America. I pulled in 15205 until 1600 local on that one deployment, and that's all it was, deployments. And then I have a couple of my notes back here. Ham freaks, single sideband, upper sideband, 39 to 4071. These are just some notes I wrote in probably 97. So I just wrote what I found, what they were talking about, who they were. Here's England listening. 12 May 99 I wrote. So these are some of the freaks I had. It's just a really fun hobby. This is kind of funny. These are the old models they used to make back in the 90s. Satellite 700, Yacht Boy 500. Most of these, I think all these have been superseded by better technology. Anyways, this is a great radio, and actually it served as my BOK radio from the 90s. It was in there probably until about 2000 when I finally decided this is just too darn big. It takes too many batteries. I couldn't take it. And so I went out and I searched for and this is really important, a multi-band radio. So most of the radios, there's one that's only AM, FM, but I really would advocate you get something that has AM, FM, and also shortwave reception capabilities. I think if something goes down, like an earthquake, like a flood, a wildfire disaster, where rule of law just goes bye-bye, emergency services are overwhelmed, I really think you're going to be going mostly to AM and FM stations, and you're going to just see what's going on. That's going to be your source of information. I got on 105.9 here in Utah for now. I'm incredibly proud of and that's where you're going to get all your information. This is cool because it has a direct entry pad. I can just enter it right here. I'll talk about that again. And that's going to be your source of music, information. Again, lifeline with the world. I still advocate, however, you go with a shortwave receptive capability, because what if? What if those local stations are decimated and you're in terrain such that you cannot receive AM stations? Remember, expect Murphy's Law. Whatever can happen will happen. It's going to go south on you. So have a shortwave capability. So this Yacht Boy 400, ancient at this point, you can see it's got LW, medium wave, shortwave, FM stereo. Long wave, I think, is LW. Again, I'm not the expert on all this. I just play around, tinker, and find stuff. In the background, these are my old long wire antennas I made. I made these myself. Just went to Radio Shack, which I think is pretty much out of business now. Put on a mono plug, and this is my long wire antenna. And this is my super long one that I used in Spokane when I started listening. So I'd string this up in like a 50-foot tall pine tree. In fact, it was up there for years. It's probably got some wear and tear on it. This is actually exposed copper right here. It worked good though. And you'll find to pull those shortwave radio stations in, you're really going to have a good antenna. So here on the table, it's going to be almost impossible for me in my missile silo to tune in a shortwave radio station with just using the extendable antenna, whether I'm talking the Yacht Boy or the other ones I'm going to show you. It ain't going to happen. but have a shortwave radio reception capability. So this is a Yacht Boy. It's gone. I don't. You can buy them used. I may put a link down below. I think it's a great home system. Albeit, if you talk to the real experts, guys that really operate in ham, operate in shortwave, they know so much more than I do, and they can tell you a better tabletop system. I think this is a good portable system for its era. They've probably improved the reception like a lot since then, but I ain't selling it. I ain't getting rid of it because it's great sound. It sounds awesome. Direct tuning. It's got feature set I love. Okay, so let's get to it. There's 3 basic ones I'm going to show you, and there was another one. Let me show you this one too, and I'm going to show you what not to do. Now, I bought this in Amazon, not for BOK use. I actually bought it about 5 years ago for listening out in the desert when I'm setting steel up. So this is called a Melosun M8, and it's not powered by AA batteries. It actually has a cell phone battery in it, which is rechargeable, because I wanted something I could listen to and recharge and not go through a lot of batteries. It recharges in here, so I can just put like a, not a micro, but a mini USB in here, and it will charge it up. It's a great sounding radio. I still use them all the time when I'm setting up out there. But you don't want it has a direct keypad entry. It's high quality enough. Sounds great, actually. Look at the fake dials here. How funny is that? But one thing you don't want to have is a rechargeable battery system like this. Anything proprietary with a rechargeable system, even this, don't get it. You need AA batteries, and you're going to be running off lithium batteries. Don't use alkaline. Spring for lithium. They're lighter weight. They don't leak and breach as much. Stay away from this. So this is not a bug out kit radio. Anything that has an internal battery system, forget it. Don't do it. And that also goes to two-way radios. So really powerful, effective two-way radios, I call them bricks, or we did in the military, like UHF, even VHF bricks, for instance, they have an internal battery that you charge up. Guess what's going to be dead when you need it? That's right. And you're not going to have a way to charge it. If you want transmission capability over a long distance through obstacles, it takes wattage. Wattage is power. Batteries give you that power. Unless you have a power source, forget it. If you have some way to charge it up, like a diesel generator and, I don't know, 500 gallons, then go for it. You'll be set. But most of us won't have that capability. First radio I'm going to show you is very affordable. It's the Jameson Je 201. It may change in nomenclature and model number. It may go away altogether. I just got this in Amazon, and I think it's a great bug out kit radio. It is super, super light. I mean, dude, where's my scale? This is the lightest one I'm reviewing and recommending to you guys for sure. But check this out. So I have, I think, standard AAs in there. I don't have lithium in there. 5.9 ounces. I don't know if you can see that. Let me tilt it. 5.8 ounces. If I put lithium in there, it's going to be even lighter. Now, the one thing that this one does not have is it doesn't have shortwave capability. And also, the first two I'm going to show you are basic. They're not like hobbyist radios. These are just basic emergency portable radios. But I think for most y'all, they'll be good enough. And they're affordable where they're not going to, you know, break the bank. Okay, so I'm in, let's see, AM band right now. And then if I just start tuning, here's your tuning up here. I can... Really sensitive. I wouldn't say I'm overly impressed with the AM pulling in power of this. Let's go to FM. I tested FM and it was awesome. Oh yeah. Got a little LED tuning light in there. Look how simple it is though. There's no pads, there's nothing to really confuse you about it. It's just super duper simple. So this is a Je 201. Super lightweight. Decent sound too, so it has just an extendable aerial right here. Simple, dude. I think it's like 15 bucks or something like that. And like I said, mostly you'll be pulling into your local stations in an emergency situation, bug out situation. But this doesn't have shortwave. Let me show you what one is, but still recommend it. I still like it. And it does have a headphone, earphone capability. That's not stereo, I believe, though. So it's just mono. This one I like even better. So this is called a Reticus, if I'm saying the name right, V117. This has FM, AM, and shortwave. It weighs the same as that one. I think I wrote it on the back. Yep, 5.8 ounces with lithium. So Reticus V117. I really like this radio. I love it. It's so small and compact. It can fit into your BOKs easily. It's inexpensive. I think it's under 20 when I bought it.
She went out of her way to get to know him as a person.
So I'm in AM right now. You can see it highlighted right here. Simple. Anybody can do this, by the way. This is an important feature, by the way, because when I show you those other ones, they can be a little bit complex. So if it's your wife running it or someone that doesn't know radio, electronic things, sorry that's so loud, it could be confusing to them. So this is simple. I think everybody knows how to turn a knob, so to speak. Now shortwave, if we go over here, it's here, but the same thing will apply. We would need a really good antenna, probably perfect propagation, conditions for us to pull in a shortwave signal, but they're here. You can kind of see the meter markings here, but it's very imprecise. You're just gotta, it'd be a miracle if I tuned something in. But, in a bug out kit situation, what else are you going to do? It'd be fun trying. And what we're going to do to improve our reception capability on the V117 or whatever other radio like it you would get is you put on a clip-on antenna. And so they are antennas that you buy, and they're just like the long wire antennas that I showed you, but instead of a 3.5 millimeter plug, they just have a clip. Actually, that's the wrong side. Here it is. That's the wrong side. This is you'd clip to your limb. This one right here. So this would clip to your aerial right here. And now you'd string that as high as you can and then try to pull in whatever you can on your V117. I'll be honest with you, I think the capabilities of this receiver are going to be very limited. It is basic and it's reflected in the price. However, you're getting it for free. You're getting basically an AM/FM that does have shortwave, that does have some capabilities with it. That's good. And actually, I'm going to make this my top recommendation for you guys, mainly because it's affordable and it's going to have your basic stations there. The V117 or others like it. Use my links below. I could buy them on Amazon just like you. I don't get any special deals, but heck, who needs a special deal when it's freaking 15 bucks or whatever. Now the next one I'm going to show you, which is very James Bondy, and I did not buy it at Amazon. I bought it at a place called CountyComm, and it's a GP5/SSB, and this thing is trick. One thing I love about this, there's a lot of things I love about it. It is multi-band, so it's going to have AM, FM, shortwave, upper and lower sideband capabilities. It's very lightweight, 7 ounces. That's with NiCads. It's probably going to be like 5.9, 6 ounces with, let's see what kind of batteries. I just got alkalines in them right now, 3 of them, with lithium in it, and it's very trim. It's 48 millimeters wide, 19 millimeters in thickness, and 154 millimeters tall. That is a really great size for you to put into your BOK. Now remember, we're talking a man-portable system. A lot of guys will get a little bit sidetracked and diverted on what we're talking about. They would say, well, maybe they recommend a receiver like this. What you really need to do is go and look at such and such receiver. Dude, we're in a bug out kit, and I don't have a lot of room, and I definitely don't have a lot of weight carrying capability, especially if I'm putting it on my back. So I'm going for small, super compact. My research led me to this. It's, I think, being discontinued. It was a military overrun. So if you want it, I would go to CountyComm quickly and get it. I think it was around 90 bucks for the GP5 SSB. And there is a disadvantage. There's a disadvantage to everything, right? One of the disadvantages to this is it does not have a direct keypad entry like the Yacht Boy or a lot of other transceivers do. And there was another one, a Tecsun, I think it was called. I think I wrote it down somewhere. And it has, there's a lot of great receivers in Amazon, by the way. This is just one of them. And they'll also have a direct keypad entry. In other words, if I want to put in, I don't know, frequency, shortwave frequency 11980, the way I'm going to do it on this one is I actually have to use an easy tuning mode, ETM, And I would actually tune whatever band I'm in, and you'd go into your manual for the GP5 to see how that's done. And what it'll do is it'll scan through all the frequencies, and then with your ETM capability, you can go back and jump or skip through those meter bands. Right now I'm in the FM band right here. Check out the sound. Now I don't want to go through all the features of this. There's some other YouTube videos that do it a lot better than I can. And plus, guys that don't know about it will just lose interest because they may or may not buy this one. I just want to give you an overall view of what it can do and why I like it. Here's your power button here. There's your medium wave selection, FM selection. Shortwave will be right here. So now we're in the shortwave bands right here. Now I can press ETM, easy tuning mode, like I was telling you. It should flash ETM right there. And now, if I'm correct, I did this earlier. I scanned all the way through this. And so with ETM selected, I'm actually going through bands that it found some signal strength on. Here in the display, and again, this is a more technical piece. It's going to show you signal strength and then signal to noise ratio here. So I think this is microvolts and signal to noise ratio here. If we had something, I mean, let me jump over to FM and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's go tune into oldies, 94 one. And then you'll see it come in. It's going, see, and that's another thing. It has a multi, oh, I'm sorry, I'm in ETM again. See ETM, so I'm actually going through my presets right now. I forgot I'd done that. Okay, so you can see 41, so the higher number, better signal strength, and the lower number here, the less noise. So that's what you're getting here. Back to shortwave. Anyway, so you can select those and find certain bands and pull them in. Now, to do it again, it's going to be a rough road to hoe if you just do it with aerial antenna. What you want to do is use a plug-in antenna, long wire antenna, and there's a special port for it, as there are in most quality shortwave capable receiving sets. So that's actually a stereo headphone plug right there. Right in the top is where I'd plug it in. Right here, and then I'd string it up high as I can. You don't have to go that route. You can actually, again, do the aerial clip, which comes with the GP5. That one I just showed you. This one here is the one that comes with it. It also comes with a cool carry case. And it also comes with a signal boosting medium wave antenna, which strangely I wrote the weight on. It's pretty heavy at 1 ounce if you ask me. GP5. So this will pull in your AM stations a lot better. Maybe that's one reason that these are having a harder time. These more basic receivers, they're going to struggle sometimes. So this is a pretty high quality unit. And this is kind of cool. I forgot to show you this. I had this from the 90s. This is an adapter. So you can go from a 3.5 long wire antenna to an antenna clip-on. So this is your adapter. So you don't have to buy some trick. Other capabilities of this receiver. Time. You have different display options here for sure. Alarm functions, temperature. You'll lock it right here. There's your lock. So in case you're wondering if you're going to mess up the buttons. Alarm function. You'll set your memory with that button in conjunction with a VFM. Sometimes you'll get a frequency that's just a little bit off and you need to fine tune it. So you use that orange button there. Again, go into the manual. It'll tell you more information on it. I wish I could pull in a really good shortwave radio station for you guys. That would be sick. But I think mostly, again, you're going to be living in the AM and FM realm for sure. But you do have that capability. And it's fun. I'm going to tell you right now, it's fun. I'm in ETM, easy tuning mode, so I'm going through the presets that I already set in there. You can transfer them to permanent memory. I think this has like, I don't know, like 500 presets to GP5 you can put in it. Battery life, if it's warm, will be about 220 hours. So ETM are temporary memories. Has 100 for FM and medium wave, 250 presets for shortwave. Those ETM presets, like you're seeing here, will stay until you do another scan of it. Sorry, I'm not really demoing it that well, but I think you get the idea. A lot more capabilities, though. I'm just covering just a couple of them. There's a pocket clip right here on the GP5. You can buy spare antennas for them while CountyComm has them. I don't know how long they're going to have this radio, so the guys who watch this video soon and like this one, buy it quick, otherwise it's gone. You can actually charge rechargeable batteries in the unit itself. There is also a mini USB charging right there. Tuning. Speaker quality I think is good for what it is, how small it is. And again, you can run stereo headphones in there. They're actually included. Where did they go? They come with some gray ones. I'm around here somewhere. Now, I think $90 for a quality radio like this is totally in the ballpark. I love it. Again, don't be dissuaded if like everything I'm telling you, like, I really don't know what you're talking about, nothing fancy. It's like Chinese to me. You'll learn it because, again, you're going to have a lot of time on your hand, and all you really have to do is make sure you keep the manual with that. And the manual, I think, on the GP5 is super well written. I mean, there's your auto browse station function right there. I just highlight it so I can just digest it super quick. Every radio is different. Page 9. Auto tuning storage, auto browse. I don't think it's that cosmic. Now, I'm not going to say that the GP5 is the only radio. Those Tecsuns and Amazon have really great ratings. From guys that know radios, I would recommend them too. I'm going to put some links below. But what I'm doing in this video is separating some very cost-effective, easy to use, relatively versatile options like the V117 by Reticus or ones like it. And then if you want to step up in quality and reception capability of both, and I forgot to mention, of ham radio frequencies, which this one can bring in. So ham radio frequencies, upper sideband, lower sideband, those might be your only source of information. Guys that are running their ham radio sets with an alternate power source, maybe a diesel generator, those guys can be critical, and you can tune into them with this. This you cannot. This is just going to be normal shortwave frequencies like big powerful commercial stations, but you can tune into guys talking from France and you would be like on the East Coast. Or you could tune into someone transmitting on ham, you're in California and they're in Nevada. Easy. And it's without government intrusion, government interference. It's direct communication. You can't talk back to them with this. It's just a receiver, but you can do it. So I recommend getting that lower sideband, upper sideband capability. By the way, my Yacht Boy totally had that. That was some of the funnest stuff I did, is searching out ham radio operators, what they were saying. It was a hoot, man. Now, with the internet, it's kind of passe, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to pull out my Yacht Boy 400 for 5 hours and mess around on it when I have the internet. When that goes down, this is your internet. This is your internet. Here's another Grundig I bought in the day. This one I actually deployed with too. It ran in my BOK kits. It was a smaller version of it. I don't even know what model this is. But look, dude, 11.6 ounces without batteries. This GP5 dominates it. It's much smaller, much lighter, probably a better receiver set. There's a depiction of your shortwave radio meters right there. Good times. I need to wrap it up. I don't want this to go too long. Sorry if I didn't give you all the details. Maybe I put a link on the GP5. Oh, actually, I won't. Just search it out. There's some really good ham radio operators that, again, know this stuff like way better than I do. And they can explain how the functions work. Or you can just get in your manual. The manual works. On all these radios, the manual works. What you definitely want, though, is a very small, cost-effective, portable radio in each BOK. You're not just going to have one. Remember, every BOK, according to my philosophy, my system, is what? Self-contained, nothing fancy. Thank you, sir. Man, that guy rocks. Self-contained. That's right. It's self-contained, and so every member in your family needs to have one of these. Driving again to the point, is this too cosmic for your son or daughter to figure out? It might be. I'm saying this is probably your best bet. This is even more cost effective, but it's AM FM only. Eating one of these, though, is much better than having nothing. I just asked those people in California that a lot of them don't even have their cell phones with them. Get something, put it in your BOK, carry, I would say, at least 2 sets of lithium. They're lighter weight, they last longer, they don't leak as much. 2 sets of lithium batteries for each of these. This is 3 AA batteries, but it's more powerful, more capability. These are only 2 per. Nothing fancy. See you later.